probably. It was morning, and standing in front of the classroom door here at school, let out a long sigh. Hikari had come over to my house last night, looked at the moon through the telescope together. Such a wonderful experience. How long has it been since something so emotional dramatic made my heart beat so fast? My heart was still racing from the thrill I felt as I gazed at the lunar landscape with her. And yet, I made a shameful mistake when I was caught up in a moment. Sure, this is what Dad had wanted to show me. Ah! A couple of students walked nearby, flinched in surprise, as I threw my arms up around my head in the outburst. Ah! I'm guessing the guy is flustered. What the heck was up with this woe is me attitude? Embarrassment of remembering was enough to make me want to throw myself out the window. He could quietly listen to me talk about all that. I wonder what she really thought of me then. How the heck do I face her after that? As I was fidgeting in front of the classroom. Overheard a very excited voice speaking. I was certain that she was talking about me. Better head to the restroom first. Our eyes had turned around. There was Saya, who just arrived at school. She flinched, stared at my sudden movement, and looked up at me with alarm, reflecting in her multicolored eyes. Oh, Sniffle. Tears began swimming in Saya's eyes. Oh no. No escape. Face forward again, entered the classroom.
月ってデコボコしてるんだよ。知ってた？山とか谷とかがあってね、ゴツゴツした感じ。嘘だ。ツルツルしてるじゃん。嘘じゃないって。私この目で見たもん。ウサギいた？いたかもしれない。うん、いた。ぴょんぴょん跳ねてた。
Bunny? There was no bunny. Retorted without thinking. Tried to avoid eye contact by turning away, but I was too late. The girls in the classroom glared at me in surprise after hearing that Hikari hung out with me the other day. Morning, Hikari. Girls started to whisper among themselves like we were up to something taboo. Felt like there was a huge misunderstanding on the rise. While we were looking at the moon together last night, Hikari suddenly sprang this conversation on me. That's fine with me. What? Well, yeah, I guess not. Leveled up. It's cute, I like it. So we decided that we'd spend time together outside of school too. Although truthfully, I wasn't really used to that idea yet. It's nothing. I watched her expression carefully as I answered. Didn't seem like my emotional debacle last night was affecting her in any way. Felt a little relieved. When I had come into the classroom, I was too busy worrying about what to do. I had noticed the way my classmates saw me just changed from yesterday. Wouldn't go so far as to call it respect, but it was something along those lines. At least they weren't looking at me as all confused, like I was some kind of alien anymore. Caught a quick glance at Saya, who was sitting by the window staring at the scenery outside, keeping away from the classroom commotion. She's always been a little unapproachable, like she tended to put up the walls between herself and others. Kinda like the main protagonist did, and they probably, as kids, figured out that kind of the same. Not real, well, sort of the same, but they all both put out barriers, they both have difficulties, and I'll bond through that. It's a little cliche, but I love it. We say we hate cliches, alright? We all say we hate cliches. but then we deeply love him. Sure, sounds good to me.
アキトもこう言ってるし、いいよね。
And the best part is, even if we do love cliches, we get surprised twice as hard if we get something unexpected of a cliche. That makes it even more worth it. That's what I appreciate.
いいけど。
Despite the half-hearted responses, Hikari and I looked at each other with knowing glances. We predicted this kind of back and forth discussion last night, but it seemed that the first step of our grand scheme was success. The grand
クラス
scheme.
で天体観測会をしたい？
It was lunchtime. After Hikari and I devoured our lunches, we interrupted Miss Saotomi's lunch to tell her all about idea in the hallway.
昨日ちゃんと月が見えたのね。うん、見えたよ。ありがとう先生。すっごく感動したんだ。
Though we lacked the vocabulary to adequately express ourselves, it was easy to tell by our expressions how moving it was for us.
そう、よかったわね。
Miss Saotomi replied to Hikari, and then turned and smiled gently at me. I felt my cheeks flush, so I lowered my head to hide my
だ
face.
からね、みんなにも見せてあげたいんだ。そうね。
Miss Saotomi once again glanced at my expression. This time it seemed she was a little worried. Miss Saotomi was our homeroom teacher. I'm sure she'd noticed that I had a hard time fitting in the past month since I transferred schools.
どんな星が見たいか、もう決まっているの？
Albiero called out suddenly. We'd like for everyone to see Albiero. Our teacher looked a little surprised. She quickly nodded her head in agreement.
いいわ。じゃあ今日の終わりの会でみんなに提案してみましょう。
Sorry about for bumping the mic. My mustache is getting kind of in the way there, and I trimmed it recently. If you have curly hair like me, your mustache gets affected as well. God, it's so obnoxious. Anyway.
観測の計画は2人に任せてもいいかしら。計画って何するの？天体はいつでもそこにあるわけじゃないわ。少しずつだけど動いているの。
He nodded her head with an I already knew that expression on her
い
face.
つどうすればその星が見られるかちゃんと調べておかないといけないわ。できる？
As if on cue, our eyes met in agreement.
やりた
Miss Saotomi gave us a smile.
い！よし任せたわよ2人とも。計画ができたら先生にも教えてちょうだい。うん、わかった。
Thank you, Miss Miharu. Miharu? Yeah. I called her by her first name without thinking. Though she was slightly taken aback at first, she chuckled.
頑張って。
With that, she gave me an encouraging pat on my shoulder. I felt gentle and warm feeling bubbling up inside me. It had been so long since I had a don't expect anything like this from me.
行こう、秋田。
Right.
どこ行くの？図書室。
With that, we took off towards the school library.
こら、廊下は走っちゃダメよ。
Well, that's actually kind of, not gonna lie, that's actually kind of cute. That's kind of cute. The kid finally gonna be able to at least somewhat, hopefully, sort of fit in. Sai will probably loot some walls that she puts up between people, and she'll see what Albury is all about. At the class, I'm still amazed, right? Still don't know about a mustache. Good lord. That day is when... Okay. Welp. That fixes the facial hair issue. At the class meeting, it was decided that we would hold a Stargazer meetup. We expect that Takeichi would complain, so it was a good thing we had explained it all to Miss Saotomi beforehand. As soon as Miss Saotomi said it was a great idea, the decision was unanimous. We moved on to the planning stage of our event. After school, Hikari took me to a local candy shop on the way home. Next to Mikazuki Station, there were many small shops that lined the streets. The sign of the shop read Saotome.
いらっしゃい、ひかりちゃん。
Calling out to Hikari, a little old sprout lady emerged from back of the shop. A puzzled look crossed her face when she saw me.
見かけない子だね。もしかして君が空見明人くんかい？
Yes. Sorry. Excuse me. How does she know my name?
みはるから聞いてるよ。ちょっと強情だけど面白い子がクラスに入ったって。
Well, she's not wrong. Miharu.
お
Oh.
ばちゃんは早乙女先生のお母さんなんだよ。
Oh. No wonder the shop is called Saotome. Okay, this is a store that turns to a convenience store they stop and buy, isn't it? Where Akito ends up working at, and where Miss Satome or Mikuru gets to be a 30-year-old unemployed, good-for-nothing kid. Oh boy, okay. This lady is Miss Satome's.
よく似てるだろ？あの子、私に似て美人だから。
Granny said before letting out a hearty cackle. Could only not meekly in reply.
いつも娘が世話になってるわね。あの子、学校でちゃんとやってるかい？
うん、やってるよ。みんな先生のこと大好きだもん。ね、アキト。
Huh? Oh yeah. Suddenly blushed and started to fidget.
あのね、アキトはね。
Hikari proceeded to talk to the old lady's ear off about various topics.
へえ、そうなのかい。
Granny gave me a deliberately surprised look.
こんな男前、あの子にはもったいないよ。
What did she just say?
いつものやつある？
はいよ。取ってくるから待っといで。
As Granny disappeared into the back, Hikari headed over to a large dog lounging at the side of the shop.
Taro!
Dog lazily turned its head towards Hikari. So this is Taro. He really was huge. From looks of him, I'm sure he was a German Shepherd. He had German Shepherd blood somewhere in his mud heritage.
怖くないよ。ほら。
To prove a point, Hikari leaned down and gave Taro a big hug.
よしよし。あったかーい。
Sounds like the dog's about to die there. Sounds like he's growling.
あんまり構いすぎると吠えるんだ。アキトも撫でてやりなよ。
I think I'll pass things. Besides being an old dog, he had a glint in his eyes, an edge in his growl that warned me he was serious. Felt a little sorry that Takeichi after thinking about how he must have apologized to Hikari that she'd thrown his indoor shoes into Taro's doghouse.
ひかりちゃん。はーい。はい、これパンの耳。
ありがとう。
いつもこんなのもらって帰ってどうするんだい？
ちょっとね。
Hikari looked so happy that she took the bag, stuffed full of bread crusts, from Granny.
それとこれお食べ。
She gave each of us a pork bun.
いいの？
サービスだよ。新しいお客さんを連れてきてくれたからね。その代わり、ミハルをあんまり困らせないでやっておくれよ。
うん、任せといて。
Hikari answered happily. In reality, top two troublemakers in our class would have been Hikari and Takeichi.
ありがとう、おばちゃん。
Thank you very much.
気をつけて帰るんだよ。
So that's what the store was before the stop and buy came
得した
around.
ね。
Yeah. Taking out extra large pork buns with us, we settled ourselves underneath the bridge and cracked open our books. It was a book we had borrowed from the school library during lunch break. And at our feet was... Pooch was happily munching away in the bread crust that Hikari had brought it with us. Oh, the dog that saved! I remember that now. Okay. Crusts were leftovers from the nearby bakery that Granny Satome had picked up to give to Hikari. That was how Hikari was able to get food from this little guy.
どう？美味しいでしょ。
Yeah, it's delicious. My expression became serious as I answered. Had eaten pork buns from a convenience store before. This was one on a whole different level of flavor. It was stuffed full of filling. When I took a bite, my mouth overflowed with its delicious aroma. It was the first time in my life I'd eaten something so delicious. I'm not gonna lie, it does look pretty succulent, makes me a little hungry. Thoughts like that were overwhelming. And yet I knew that couldn't really be the case if I'd thought about it. Mom's cooking has been really delicious too. It's been a long time since I enjoyed the taste of food. It's didn't have luxury of feeling that way. Although, how could I say that? Now I could say the opposite is true. Thought that as I watched the steam rise from the extra large pork bun.
あった。
He held the book open in the lap. No exclamation. At her explanation, I looked down at the chart and page Hikari had turned to. It showed an illusion of the Cygnus constellation next to the real photograph of the night sky. Underneath them was a picture of a set of orange and blue twin
ア
stars.
ルビレオって白鳥座のくちばしなんだ。
We borrowed all the books we could carry away through the stars from the school library. Since we hardly knew anything about the stars or astronomy in general, we had no idea which books we should read.
アルビレオは二重星なんだって。なんだろう、二重星って。
It explains that here. Albirea is a star that appears to be single to the naked eye, but shows two closely nestled stars when viewed through the telescope. These types of astronomical phenomena are known as double stars. Visual double stars only appear to be double when viewed from Earth. However, the stars are actually nowhere near each other. When two stars are actually in close proximity, they form what is known as a binary star. Hikari looked up at the sky. Although we really wanted to see what Albirea looks like, we knew the weather had to be clear to do so. Oh, there's Pooch. Wait, hold on, it's like this Pooch, you know what I'm realizing? This Pooch looks extremely like the Pooch from, when they're older. He's probably a different dog altogether. Maybe it's the same dog? I don't know, actually. Pooch let out a whine and looked up at Hikari, who was engrossed in the diagram of the book.
もう食べちゃったの？それで全部なんだ。ごめんよ。
Quietly opened my backpack and took out the milk I had inside. I then went to Pooch's makeshift house under the bridge and brought out his food dish. Hikari spoke as I began pouring milk into it.
そのお皿、アキトが持ってきたやつだったんだ。
I felt my face begin to flush, though I tried to keep a neutral expression. I don't like milk. Besides, I just want to help this little guy out. It's my duty, right? When I found out that Hikari was bringing back food for Pooch, I've been saving milk from my school lunches to give to him. Saying that I hated milk was a lie, by the way. If anything, I actually really loved it. Damn, that's sacrifice. The happy bark, Pooch began eagerly lapping up the milk from his dish. Hikari laughed at seeing that.
やっぱ優しいね、アキトは。初めて会った時から思ってたけどさ。
I don't think that's true. He kinda is a softie, but he puts up a tough front because he mostly had to put up a tough front. That was the only way for him to deal and cope with, you know, the loss that he experienced and loss of important things in his life as well. I answered her pretty bluntly, but Hikari laughed like she knew better. I felt giddy as my heart fluttered a bit in my chest. Perhaps the grumpy-looking Taro had also felt that way when Hikari had hugged him. So, Hikari, do you like Night of the Galactic Railroad? Wanting to change the topic, I asked her about something I've always been curious about. She looked at me as if to ask, how'd you know? I overheard you that time when you were talking to Saya. Thought maybe that was a reason that you were interested in stars or something. I always wondered what made Hikari so interested in stargazing. And it wouldn't be strange for someone to acquire an interest in stars because they liked Night of the Galactic Railroad. The story about riding a train that travels across the Milky Way and journeys through the world of constellations. Maybe the reason she knew the star named Albirea was also because of that theory. Theory? Did I say theory? I didn't mean to say theory. I don't know why I said theory. Did I say theory? It doesn't say here. Yeah, whatever. Story? Anyway. Just say Hikari told Saya, Albirea is a famous star mentioned in Night of the Galactic Railroad. That's a train conductor, right, Hikari? I've heard someone mention that in conversation before, too. Said he was an employee for the local line. That fact also explains why someone like Hikari, who didn't seem like the bookworm type, would read something like Night of the Galactic Railroad. Hikari? Oh, don't tell me it's another... Oh, no, please, no. Don't tell me it's another... Don't tell me it's another sad story where her dad passed away or something. Leaning against... Everybody's losing parents, good lord. Leaning against the handrail of the bridge, Hikari looked up at the sky as the red hue from the setting sun slowly spread across. I wondered if I'd asked something I shouldn't have. Maybe I had poked my nose too far into this personal business. Her personal business. As I started to worry that I'd ruined the mood, Hikari answered me.
昨日、望遠鏡で月を見たとき、何を感じた？
Huh? What do you mean?
月に大地があるって分かったとき、アキトはどう思った？
Thumbnail. That's literally it. I'm sorry, thumbnail. When we saw that they will land on the moon. When did I think when I had seen that through a telescope? What did I feel? I was intrigued and very excited. Yet, seeing the landscape beyond the expanse of space couldn't help but remember a sadness that gripped my heart. What I really felt at that time.
私はね、一 ってみたいって思った。
Huh?
ここじゃない。どこか遠くの世界。そこには山があって谷があって、確かまるで
Sorry.
別の世界がそこにあるように感じて、
My bad, Ned.
行ってみたいって思ったんだ。
Hikari stared longingly at the sky, though her gaze seemed to be fixated on something that lay far beyond the dusty sky. Though it was obscured by a red veil, beyond there stretched a vastness of space, with countless stars that twinkled continuously. Seeing her profile, I felt as though Hikari was far from me, just like I was looking at the surface of the moon through the telescope. Even though I felt as if she was so close, she was still unfathomably far. Despite appearing to be within the grasp, I couldn't reach her no matter how far I stretched out my arms. Hikari
どうしたの？
had unknowingly taken her hand. Hikari looked at me in surprise. It's nothing. Could feel the warmth of Hikari's hand after I pulled away. Felt reassured by that fact.
こんなところにカップル発見
And the moment ruined. At that moment, heard the vulgar voice of a person I wanted to see last in the world.
見たぞ今手つないでただろイエーイ光と空見はあっちっちあっちっち
It was Takechi and his lackeys, spouting the nonsense. Butch hid himself behind Hikari. Such a shy dog that he'd hide if he was approached by anyone he wasn't used to.
またあんたたちか。ほんと暇だね。
They kinda don't have any lives, really.
お前らできてんだろ
だったらどうだっていうの？
Exactly. Exactly. That's what I'm thinking as well. Like, okay, even if there were, what you gonna do, buddy? What you gonna do? Huh? Without thinking, I said the exact same thing at the exact same time as Takechi. Both Takechi and I were thrown for a loop by Hikari's audacious attitude.
私たち観測計画を立てなきゃいけなくって忙しいの。邪魔だからあっち行ってよ。
She waved her hand, gesturing as if they were shooting a fly. Hearing Hikari's nonplussed tone, yeah, there you go, nonplussed tone, Takechi returned to his normal self.
俺は観測会なんて認めてねえからな
だったらなんで終わりの回で言わなかったのよ。
それは
先生に嫌われたくないからでしょ。
違うっつうの
Takechi backpedaled as he realized Hikari was a battle lost and went after his new target, me.
いい気になるなよ空見お前が天の川のこと泣かしたの俺たちは許してねえからな
Not like I'm really wanting your forgiveness though.
だと
Damn! One who should forgive me is Sai herself. Takechi huffed, dissatisfied with my reply.
どうやって許してもらう気だ土下座でもすんのか
アルビレオを見せてあげればきっと分かってくれるよ。天体観測会はそのためのものだからね。
Yeah. Agreed wholeheartedly.
なんだそのなんとかって
さあ怪獣の名前だと思う。
知ってんだぞ空見が昨日まで望遠鏡の使い方も知らなかったことだっせーな毎日学校に持ってきて見せびらかしてたくせに
It wasn't really showing that off though, that's the thing. As usual, his still lackeys chimed in with echoes of so lame, so predictable that it made me wonder if they practiced this routine in their spare time. Acting mature, Hikari let out a purposely loud sigh.
そんなのもう遠い過去の話だよ。タケ、こうしている間にも星は動いているんだよ。
急に難しいこと言うんじゃねえこの間理科のテストで40点だったくせに
あんたは38点だったでしょうが。
Damn, he got nothing to talk about.
お前らなんかに絶対できね
できるよ。
えできない
できる。そうだよね、アキト。
We could do it.
できなくて後で泣いて謝っても許してやんねえからな
Why would he go crying to him? It's like a stereotypical, like, almost sitcomish. Oh my god. After that last remark, Takechi left for home with his two minions in tow.
ほんとタケにも困ったもんだよ。
There's nothing to do about him. The guy's clearly interested in this. He wants to be involved, but he pretends that he's not involved. He's just a big tsundere. Takeichi just a giant big. He's literally a big tsundere. Oh my god! Hold on one sec. I'm seeing a pattern, ladies and gentlemen. I'm seeing a pattern. Check this. Check this. Okay. Takeichi, I realize, is the same friend that Akito has in the future, right? The guy that was like stealing his ramen or whatever. That's the same buddy. That's the same dude. Also, in If My Heart Had Wings, the main protagonist also had a buddy. Also had a, a male friend as well. That male friend was kind of a tsundere. This guy, even though young, he's kind of a tsundere. He probably has the same kind of tendencies when he's older. Maybe, I don't know. But, noticing, male friend, kind of a tsundere. There we go. Good pattern. Good pattern. I think I found a pattern here. I see what's going on more novel. I see the ploys. I see the webs we weave. And I don't mind it. I like it. Good. Good. If this is done on purpose, good. If not, still good.
でも、天体観測会は絶対に成功させなきゃいけないしね。
Yeah. I replied as I recalled an image of Saya sitting in the corner of the classroom, looking disinterestedly out the window. The reason she had cut herself off from the rest of the class is because of me. The day that she had transferred into the class, I made her cry in front of everyone. Because of that, I created a very awkward situation between her and the rest of the class. I knew that if I could show up Rhea to her, it would help to clear up this misunderstanding. Although I wasn't all that sure it would help her get along with our classmates. I mean, something at least.
大丈夫。きっとうまくいくよ。
Yeah, you're right. Things have been going really well already. The reason I had involved the class was that I could force Saya to come. Because even if Hikari and I invited her out, there was no guarantee that she would show up. Plus, stargazing can only happen at night too. So we'd need to get our parents' permission for her to come out. When Miss Automi around, it became more of a supplementary lesson, and getting her permission was easy.
私たちもう望遠鏡の使い方も知ってるし、余裕だって。
Yeah, but I don't think that's all that matters. When you observe the stars, the weather has to be clearer too. Even if you prepare everything perfectly, it won't matter if the sky's cloudy.
そっか。
And then there's the fact that the two of us don't really know too much about stars yet. We should still have a few problems. We could. Although we felt like experts on the subject just by borrowing a few books, reality that we had only looked at a mere 2 pages from a guidebook. So we need to prepare as much as we can so we'll be ready for anything. Read through the book we borrowed more studiously than we had ever studied for our homework. That's good. At least they got ambition to go at it. That night, I got a phone call from Hikari.